It's yet another game for Newcastle, but this time it's in a different competition. We are in the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, of course, the competition that we got in the final of last season. Let's hope we can go to Wembley again. What a fantastic night that was, no matter the result. But, of course, we are up against Chelsea. It looks like it's going to be a hard game on paper, but is it going to be that? I don't believe so. Anyways, people, we are going to get into a match preview today. I can't wait to bring you it. And some injury news on Fabian Shaw and Joelinton as they came off in our 3-0 win against Fulham. Should we rest the likes of Trippier, Botman, and play the likes of Dummett and Kraft, who Kraft had an absolutely amazing game against Fulham? Without further ado, people, let's get into the video. Right then, lads and lasses, how we're doing, and welcome back to the channel. As you already know, it's a match preview today, and it's a very, very good one. The quarterfinals of the Cup, it's always great to progress in the domestic cups. I love the domestic cups, me. When we do have a full squad back, I like to give the players who don't usually play game time, it's just nice that we have this fantastic squad depth, and the youngsters like Miley, who respectively wouldn't be playing first team football. I mean, by all means, he's deserved it, and in my opinion, he is one of the first names on the team sheet now. It's absolutely mental to say that a 17-year-old is one of the first names on the team sheet, but he is. Like I was saying, though, it's great to have the sort of non-first team players playing in cups where maybe next season we might go to the Conference League and we might put them in that. Fingers crossed we can get Europe next season, but today it's the Carabao Cup, or today it's a match preview of the Carabao Cup. Let's get into some injury news, what Craig Hope has given us for Fabian Shaw and Joelinton. Without further ado, people, we're going to get into that, but I will ask you to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already. Honestly, liking the video takes 2 seconds, and I appreciate it so much. I seriously do. Thank you so much if you have already. But for Fabian Shaw, who's got a glute problem, and Joelinton, who's got a hamstring problem, are thought not to be too serious for Newcastle, but will be short-term absences for Newcastle United. It's kind of what we expected. I mean, I had my head in my hands when they both went down, especially Shaw, who was running with the ball. He kind of limped off. I seen Joelinton actually go like that to Eddie Howe. We try to keep it under the covers, but the both injured. It's not really unusual to Newcastle, is it? I mean, the amount of injuries we've got now, it's absolutely unbelievable. But look, it gives a chance to other people like Emil Kraft, who had to step in for when Fabian Shaw come off. Tina went right back, Byrne went left back, and Emil Kraft, or Byrne went centre back, Emil Kraft was genuinely very, very good. Stood his ground very well, went up the flank very well. I'd start him against Chelsea, in my opinion. I'd definitely start him over Kieran Trippier. Not just for the fact that I believe that Emil Kraft has given us a performance which we haven't seen from Kieran Trippier in a very long time. I think Trips has been off form for a very long time, of course. All that sort of fatigue, injury stuff, blah-de-blah-de-blah, as we also always say, will come into account, but Emil Kraft was absolutely fantastic. He's just come back from a long injury as well, which shows the passion and determination of him as well. He's earned the spot for Chelsea for me. And not only that, but we do give Kieran Trippier another rest, who has been playing through some knocks and of course came off with a knock. I can't remember what the game it was. We played so many now. I think it was against Milan, I do believe, but we can give Kieran Trippier a rest too. When he is fully fit, of course we'll take the space of Emil Kraft, no matter how great his sort of form is. But Emil Kraft, not only has he earned it for his performance against Fulham, but it will give Kieran Trippier a rest. Without further ado, people, let's get into the match preview. Yes, finally, welcome back to the match preview. It's a very, very anticipated one. It's the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup, somewhere where we really, really want to progress. I really want to progress through to the final of this, may I just add. Honestly, it was an amazing day. There's some very strong opponents left in there. It's the main one. It's the bogey team, but it's also a very classy team. It's Liverpool. I mean, they are just the sort of favourites, and we've knocked Man City and Man United out. We are kind of the favourites for knocking these sort of teams out. But Liverpool, they play West Ham at Liverpool. Of course, there's no sort of two-legged ties in the quarterfinals yet. Of course, that starts in the semi-finals. The teams left, I do believe, are, of course, Newcastle, Liverpool and West Ham. Of course, we are playing Chelsea. Chelsea beat Blackburn. Port Vale and Middlesbrough. Everton and Fulham. I think that's it, Fulham. But it's in Newcastle's hands. It's in Newcastle's hands, of course. Liverpool's in there, which is the big one. We can beat Fulham 110%, and this sort of analysis in this video will prove to that wise. One reason why Chelsea are so bad, even after spending the amount of money that they have spent. They are so inconsistent. Genuinely, just look at these results. I mean, we'll go back to when we played Chelsea. We beat Chelsea 4-1 at St James's Park. Fantastic performance from the lads. Even though injury-ridden, no one to bring on from the bench, we absolutely battered them in every single perspective. And of course, they only scored from a direct free kick as well. Well taken free kick. I'm not taking anything away from that. They then played Brighton at home and somehow beat them, even while having 10 men. Like I say, the inconsistency is mental. After that, they lose to a very poor Man United side at Old Trafford. They lose away to Everton like we did. Everton are a very good side. side. But then they beat bottom of the league, arguably the worst team in the Premier League this season, Sheffield United 2-0. For me with Chelsea, yes, they are inconsistent, but they haven't got an attacking threat. We may say Cole Palmer, but the lad's goals this season are 90% worthy of penalties. No one in that team for me poses a threat. I mean, Nicholas Jackson, completely inconsistent. Mikhailo Mudryk, completely inconsistent. Raheem Sterling, completely inconsistent. And all the lads at the back, they've got about 20 centre-backs. Enzo Fernandez, £100 million. He's half decent for £100 million. I mean, Bruno Guimaraes, £40 million. Sandro Tonali, the glimpses we see of him, you know how much of an admirer I am of Sandro Tonali. £50 million. What a bargain. I can't wait till he's back next season. He's going to be a world beater, as I'll always say. And Moises Caicedo, where the hell is he? £115 million. One of the... Actually, no. The biggest transfer record sale in the history of the Premier League. And he's done nothing. Lewis Miley, who didn't cost Newcastle United a penny, has been better than Moises Caicedo this season. It's seriously unbelievably how bad Chelsea are. I mean, you spend all this money and you just get nowhere. Our hopes for Chelsea away, I'm really favouring us, lads. And people I've seen people being saying they should start Sven Botman. Look, for me, I'll always say this, he's the best player in the team. Honestly, the quality he brings at the back, we barely concede when he plays. We're seeing that last season as well when we went on that unbelievable, was it like 20 game unbeaten run or something, 20-21 game? Unbelievable. He was a major part of that as well. But what I'm saying is some people are saying, let's put Sven Botman in against Chelsea. Look, for me, he may be... I don't believe he's going to be fully fit against Chelsea. I mean, he come on for the last, what was it? He played 17, 16, 15 minutes against Fulham just yesterday. I wouldn't play him against Chelsea for two reasons. I think we can cope without him. Now, of course, I'm not saying Sven Botman's bad for any sort of reasons. He's the best player on the team, and I'll always say that, in my opinion. The most technically gifted is a centre-back. We've not seen anything like him in our history. But I would rest him just for them two reasons, of course. One, I think we can deal without him. Like I say, Emil Kraft's been absolutely unbelievable. Tino, May could rest him as well. I mean, let's just say this, for example. Dummett could go at left centre-back. Emil Kraft could go right centre-back. I mean, Lascelles could go... Oh, no. Emil Kraft could go right back. Jamal Lascelles could go right centre-back. And then left back, we could have anyone. I mean, we could have Livermore. We could have whoever you want. Dan Burn, bloody. Whoever you want, lads. For me... I would rest Sven Botman. Like I say, we can do without him. And of course, I don't want to rush him back in. That's the main one. We've rushed players back, and we've had to, but we have rushed players back so much this season, and I don't want Sven Botman injured again. He's just so crucial in Newcastle. It would be a shame to have him back, get all excited about it, and then we'll put him in against Chelsea, where, respectively, they are very, very bad. And we could win against these with the sort of not first names on the team sheet, so we don't have to play him, and I wouldn't play him for that reason. You let me know down below if you would start Sven Botman against Chelsea. For me, it's a complete no-no. But speaking of Chelsea, their 2-0 win at Stamford Bridge last night, of course, game against Sheffield United, and their two goal scorers, like already mentioned in this video, were Cole Palmer and Nicholas Jackson. You're beating the worst team in the Premier League, only 2-0. We beat them 8-0 in the back. God, I have so high hopes for this game. I don't want to get too ahead of myself. It's something I don't really like doing. Many people on sort of content creation like getting ahead of themselves and making a mug of themselves. I don't really want to, but I genuinely really do see us win this game. I believe it's going to be a fantastic day for Newcastle. Anthony Gordon is the main one. He's played through knocks. What do we do with Anthony Gordon? Because if he plays against Chelsea, he scored against them twice already, I do believe it is. He's going to have an absolute field day against these. If he does played fantastically against Fulham, but is it time he has a rest? If we can afford to rest him, maybe play Lewis Hall on the left wing, I would give him a rest, but Chelsea... Oh my God, they are just so hopeless. I don't know, it would be a shame being a Chelsea fan. You've spent all this money, you've got a great manager in Pochettino, you've got players with such great individual quality like Enzo Fernandez, Mikhailo Mudryk, Raheem Sterling still, Nicholas Jackson to an extent. I know he's very inconsistent, but the rest of them, Benoit Badiashile, even Thiago Silva, Disasi, Reece James, he's injured half of the season, but you know what I mean? There's so many players with individual quality, and it kind of links back to PSG and Manchester United. It's the superstar quality with the superstar ego, but they don't want to link as a team, and that's our exploitation sort of rule for Chelsea. Have a go at these, because they don't play for the badge. They don't play with that sort of passion that Newcastle United absolutely thrive off. If we give that Chelsea, the game's in our hands, lads. And what I do want to say is, if we do beat Chelsea, it's looking pretty likely we could get the finals of this cup. If we don't get Liverpool in the next round, I mean, it just is our bogey team. I do see bogey team, though, they are very, very good, but it's just a team that always gets one over on us. I don't know how But of course, left in the Carabao Cup this season, I'll just pull it up now. But I do believe, like I've already said off the top of my head, yes, I'm correct. It's Chelsea, Newcastle, Fulham, Everton, Middlesbrough, Port Vale, Liverpool, and West Ham. In those sort of games, of course, you'd probably expect Middlesbrough to beat Port Vale. You'd expect Liverpool to beat West Ham, Liverpool at home as well. You'd expect, I wouldn't say expect, 'cause I don't like using that term for my own team, but you'd like Newcastle to beat Chelsea. And what was the other one? Everton and Fulham. Honestly, that could go either way. Just the form that Everton's on at the minute. Let's say Everton. So that's Everton, Liverpool, Newcastle, and Middlesbrough left. I'm liking my chances in that. If we could get... I don't class Newcastle and Middlesbrough as a derby, but imagine a Middlesbrough, Newcastle, and Liverpool, Everton sort of semi-final. Of course, both of them would be two-legged as well, so Newcastle and United would have the St James's Park upper hand. I'm all for that. I'd fancy what chances against Everton and Middlesbrough. Liverpool's just Liverpool, isn't it? So for against Chelsea, I believe we can go out and smash them. In my opinion, I believe we can beat Everton 2-0. Goals coming from anywhere on the pitch. I don't want to kind of be negative, but we've been pretty inconsistent in the sort of third phase. I know we've just absolutely battered Fulham. We've beat them 3-0, but look at that first half. We didn't really take our chances. I feel like we've been pretty inconsistent for scoring the goals. We've scored a fair few, but of course we've scored one in that past 3 games apart from Fulham. I do believe we'll batter Chelsea. You let me know your score prediction down below, but I think we will have a field day with Chelsea Football Club. Without further ado, people, that's my match preview for Chelsea. We'll take the game to them. We will win this game, hopefully. Fingers crossed, people. Thank you very much for watching. I've been Geordie Josh. Go and enjoy your day.